The piece of technology that I couldn't live without is the internet.
Probably my iPod.
I use it pretty much from the second I wake up to the second I go to sleep.
Pop my music on, have a good think.
Well, I would consider coffee to be one of the most important inventions. And after all, it's something that a lot of us use to get us going in the mornings to clear our heads. It's also a social thing. We get together and bounce around ideas and discuss things.
I couldn't live without simply the computer.
In fact, this is nothing new. You can track down the origins of the Royal Society, which is the oldest scientific society in the world, back to the coffee houses that were spreading up around the UK in the 1650s.
And I guess as a scientist, it seems unimaginable to think about past scientists working without a computer when we need one every day.
And in fact, perhaps the connection between science and coffee goes back even further, back to Sir Francis Bacon, who's regarded by many as the father of the original scientific method.
I think electricity would be the discovery that we probably literally couldn't live without.
He wrote a book in 1624 where he outlines his ideal for how a scientific institution should work. He writes, "We have three that try new experiments, such as themselves think good. These we call pioneers or miners. We have three that raise the former discoveries by experiments into greater observations, axioms and aphorisms. These we call interpreters of nature." So he already outlines the experimentalists and theoreticians that work together to advance science. But if we look further down in this book, we see they have in Turkey a drink called coffee, made of a berry of the same name, as black as soot and strong scent, but not aromatical, which they take beaten into powder in water as hot as they can drink it, and they take it and sit it in their coffee house, which are like our taverns. This drink comforteth the brain.
The ability to transport energy around the country and the ability to heat our homes, light the homes, has changed the way we live from beyond recognition from a few hundred years ago.
And so perhaps Bacon himself came up with the whole idea for the scientific method whilst on a coffee-fueled inspiration. So as we look at all the inventions that we see around the world that make our lives better, we should not forget that they all stem from people that use the scientific method and probably drank a fair bit of coffee.